The entire hotel lobby went silent when the chairman pointed at the black woman arranging flowers and said, "You. Leave those flowers and bring me some water." She slowly turned around. The chairman's confident expression disappeared the moment his eyes landed on the name tag pinned to her blue dress. Amara Williams, CEO, Williams Global Holdings. For several seconds, nobody moved. If you enjoy emotional stories about kindness, dignity, and unexpected twists, take a moment to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and tell us in the comments what you would have done in Amara's place. Amara Williams had spent the last 20 minutes arranging flowers in the lobby of the Grand Han Hotel. She wasn't an employee. She wasn't a decorator. And she certainly wasn't there to impress anyone. She was the CEO of Williams Global Holdings, a rapidly growing international investment company that had quietly built a reputation for supporting businesses in Africa, Asia, and North America. That evening, her company was preparing to finalize a massive partnership with Han Global Holdings, one of South Korea's most influential corporate groups. Amara had arrived early because she hated making an entrance. She preferred watching. Listening. Learning how people treated those they believed could do nothing for them. The hotel was filled with executives wearing expensive suits, assistants carrying folders, and investors speaking quietly about the upcoming merger. Amara, dressed in a simple royal blue dress, noticed a large floral arrangement near the entrance that had fallen slightly out of place. Without thinking, she stepped over and began fixing it. A few minutes later, Chairman Kang Min-ho entered the lobby. He was in his late 50s, respected, powerful, and known for being extremely demanding. Behind him walked several executives. His eyes immediately scanned the room. Then they stopped on Amara. He frowned. "Excuse me." Amara looked up. "Yes?" Chairman Kang pointed toward the reception desk. "You. Hotel staff." Amara blinked. "I'm sorry. I said you. Please get someone to bring my documents from the car." The receptionist looked uncomfortable. Amara glanced down at her blue dress, then back at the chairman. "I don't work here." Chairman Kang seemed irritated. "Then why are you standing there arranging flowers?" "I noticed they were falling over." He gave a short, dismissive laugh. "That's not your concern. You're making the entrance look untidy. Please step aside." Amara quietly moved away. But before she could say anything, the chairman added, "And next time, don't touch things that don't belong to you." Several people nearby lowered their eyes. Amara felt the sting, but she didn't react. She simply smiled politely. "Of course." Then something happened that changed the entire atmosphere. One of Chairman Kang's assistants hurried toward him. "Sir, there's a problem." "What?" "The Williams delegation has arrived." Chairman Kang straightened. "Good. Where is their CEO?" The assistant hesitated. "We haven't found her yet." Chairman Kang looked toward the hotel entrance. "She should be here. This meeting is too important for delays." At that exact moment, the hotel manager approached with a nervous expression. "Chairman Kang, I believe there may be a misunderstanding." "What misunderstanding?" The manager glanced toward Amara. "She is." He stopped. Chairman Kang impatiently said, "She is what?" The manager swallowed. "She is Ms. Amara Williams." The chairman froze. His eyes moved slowly toward Amara. "What?" The manager continued carefully. "CEO of Williams Global Holdings." The chairman's face changed instantly. The confidence disappeared. The color drained from his cheeks. Amara stood silently beside the flowers. The chairman looked at her name tag. Then at her face. Then back at the name tag. "Amara Williams?" She nodded. "Yes." The chairman took one step forward. I I didn't realize. Amara gave him a calm smile. I noticed. The executives behind him exchanged uncomfortable glances. The chairman's assistant lowered his head. But the chairman wasn't finished. He forced a smile. Ms. Williams, please forgive me. I thought you were part of the hotel staff. I understand. It's simply that. He paused. Amara waited. I wasn't aware you had arrived. She looked directly into his eyes. That wasn't the problem. The chairman's expression tightened. What was the problem? You decided who I was before you knew my name. The lobby became painfully quiet. Nobody dared to speak. Amara walked toward the meeting room. But before entering, she stopped. She turned around. Chairman Kang, there's something you should know. Yes? I wasn't offended because you mistook me for hotel staff. The chairman waited. I was disappointed because of how quickly you believed hotel staff deserved less respect. Nobody moved. Amara continued walking. Inside the conference room, the meeting began. But the atmosphere had completely changed. Chairman Kang was unusually quiet. Amara presented the investment proposal with confidence, explaining how the partnership could create thousands of jobs and expand both companies into new markets. Her voice never trembled. Her hands never shook. And she never mentioned the incident again. But midway through the presentation, another problem appeared. The financial documents on the screen showed a discrepancy of nearly $80 million. Chairman Kang immediately looked at his chief financial officer. What is this? The CFO became nervous. Sir, I'm not sure. Amara studied the figures. She noticed something. A series of transfers had been routed through 3 shell companies before reaching an overseas account. She looked at the CFO. Who authorized these transactions? The CFO hesitated. Then he looked toward Chairman Kang's nephew, Daniel Kang, who was sitting at the far end of the table. Daniel immediately stood. That has nothing to do with this merger. Amara calmly replied, actually, it has everything to do with it. Daniel's face hardened. You're accusing me? No. She turned her laptop around. I'm showing the evidence. The room went silent. Amara had discovered that someone inside Han Global had been secretly diverting company funds. And the person responsible wasn't the CFO. It was Daniel. Chairman Kang stared at his nephew in disbelief. Daniel? I can explain. Then explain. Daniel looked around desperately. This is being misunderstood. Amara clicked another file. A series of emails appeared on the screen. Then bank records. Then signed authorization documents. Daniel's face went pale. Chairman Kang slowly sat down. You stole from the company. Daniel shook his head. No, uncle. I was trying to protect myself. From what? Daniel said nothing. Amara finally spoke. You were planning to blame the missing money on the merger after the deal was completed. Chairman Kang looked at her sharply. How did you know? Amara paused. Because someone tried the same thing to my father 20 years ago. Everyone looked at her. Her voice became softer. My father built our company from nothing. He trusted people easily. One of his partners betrayed him and stole nearly everything. She looked down for a moment. My father didn't lose only money. He lost his confidence in people. The room remained silent. My mother used to tell me something after that. Amara smiled faintly. She said, never become cruel because someone was cruel to you. Chairman Kang stared at her. Amara continued. That sentence shaped the way I built my company. She turned toward Daniel. And that's why I don't believe success gives anyone permission to humiliate another human being. Daniel lowered his head. Security eventually escorted him away. The merger was temporarily postponed. Chairman Kang remained in the conference room after everyone else left. He stared at the table for several minutes. Then he stood and walked toward Amara. "I owe you an apology." Amara looked at him. "You do?" He took a deep breath. "When I entered that lobby, I saw a black woman standing near the flowers." He struggled to continue. "And I immediately assumed you were staff." Amara didn't interrupt. "I didn't ask your name. I didn't ask why you were there. I simply decided what your position was." His voice cracked slightly. "I was wrong." Amara nodded. "Yes, you were." He looked surprised by her bluntness. But then she smiled. "And admitting it matters." Chairman Kang looked at the flowers visible through the glass doors. "Why were you arranging them?" Amara glanced toward the lobby. "Because they were falling. That's all?" She smiled. "My grandmother used to say that if you see something beautiful falling apart, you don't walk past it just because it's not yours." The chairman looked down. For the first time that evening, his expression was no longer that of a powerful businessman. He looked like an ordinary man realizing how much he still had to learn. The next morning, Chairman Kang personally walked into the hotel lobby. He saw a young housekeeper struggling with a heavy box. Without saying a word, he picked up the other side. The woman stared at him in surprise. "Chairman?" He smiled. "Let's carry it together." Months later, the partnership between Williams Global Holdings and Han Global Holdings was finalized. But Amara added one unusual condition to the agreement. She wanted both companies to establish a scholarship program for young people from disadvantaged backgrounds. Chairman Kang agreed immediately. At the opening ceremony, he stood beside Amara before hundreds of employees. He held a small flower in his hand. Then he said something nobody expected. "Some people enter your life to teach you about business." He looked toward Amara. "Others enter your life to teach you about character." The crowd applauded. Amara smiled. After the ceremony, Chairman Kang approached her privately. "I still remember that day in the lobby." "So do I. I thought I was looking at hotel staff." Amara smiled. "And instead?" He looked at her with genuine respect. "I was looking at the person who taught me how to see people." Amara didn't answer immediately. She simply looked at the flower arrangement near the entrance. The same kind of flowers she had once quietly fixed while nobody knew who she was. Then she said softly, "Maybe that was the point." Chairman Kang smiled. And together, they walked away. Because sometimes, the most powerful lesson doesn't come from a boardroom, a billion-dollar deal, or a famous name. Sometimes it comes from the person you almost ignored. And sometimes, the person you mistakenly look down on is the very person who has the power to change your life. Moral: never judge a person by their clothes, skin color, job, or position. Respect should never depend on status. The true measure of a person's character is how they treat those they believe cannot give them anything in return.